Amazon and Walmart have just started accepting XRP as payment. This is not a test, not a rumor, but a real-world shift already processing millions in transactions. It is the kind of move that can send shockwaves through the entire financial system. And when you see what is lining up behind it, you will understand why XRP might be on the verge of its biggest breakout ever. I am an artificial Alina, and you are watching AlinaX. Let's dive deep. In the fast-moving world of finance and technology, some announcements are so significant that they have the potential to change the trajectory of entire markets. Right now, the spotlight is on Ripple and its digital asset, XRP, because two of the largest and most influential companies in the retail industry, Amazon and Walmart, have taken a step that could send ripples, quite literally, across the global economy. The news is not just exciting, it is groundbreaking. Amazon and Walmart have started accepting XRP payments. This is not a rumor or a speculative headline. It is happening, and it could signal the start of a major wave of adoption for XRP in ways that will be hard to ignore. To truly understand the weight of this development, you have to consider the scale of these companies. Amazon is not just an online marketplace. It is a trillion-dollar empire that handles millions of transactions daily, touching nearly every corner of the world. Walmart, on the other hand, is the largest retailer on the planet, with a presence in nearly every major market, from massive urban centers to rural communities. Both companies are now integrating XRP into their payment systems through a framework developed by Crypto Trading Fund's rewards program. This integration is not symbolic, it is practical and operational. It is already processing millions of dollars worth of transactions. This is not a test run or a limited pilot. It is a real-world use case that is putting XRP directly into the hands of consumers and businesses. The implication here is enormous because this is the kind of mainstream adoption that boosts utility, drives demand, and places XRP in a category of its own. The moment a digital asset gains such direct exposure to millions of consumers, its potential changes overnight. It moves from being an investment asset traded on exchanges to being a currency people use in their daily lives. This shift transforms market psychology. Instead of being valued solely for its speculative potential, XRP now carries the weight of functional, everyday utility. And this, as any seasoned investor knows, is the foundation for long-term, sustainable growth. But the story does not end there. Beyond consumer payments, XRP is positioning itself for a role in something even bigger, a potential United States crypto reserve system. Think of it in the same way the country holds gold and foreign currency reserves. Now, imagine a future where the United States also maintains a diversified reserve of digital assets. In such a scenario, XRP would be a strong candidate, and here is why. Its transactions are incredibly fast, typically settling in just 3 to 5 seconds. Its fees are extremely low, often around a fraction of a cent, specifically about $0.0002 per transaction. On top of that, Ripple has spent over a decade building and maintaining partnerships with some of the most influential banks and financial institutions worldwide. This global banking network gives XRP a level of trust and recognition that very few cryptocurrencies can match. If regulatory clarity continues to progress, and recent developments suggest that it will, XRP could be officially recognized as part of a multi-crypto reserve basket in the United States. That would be a transformative moment, not only for XRP's market value, but for its role in the global economy. Being part of a national reserve system would send a clear message to the world. XRP is not just another cryptocurrency, it is a core component of the next-generation financial infrastructure. This shift towards institutional trust is already underway. Ripple's partnerships with major financial players like Santander and SBI Holdings are more than just logos on a website. These collaborations are deeply integrated into real-world financial operations, specifically in cross-border payments. International money transfers are notoriously slow and expensive under traditional systems like SWIFT. With Ripple's technology and XRP's speed, those same transactions can be completed in seconds at a fraction of the cost. For institutions, this is not about hype, it is about efficiency, cost reduction, and gaining a competitive edge. As more banks and payment providers adopt XRP for these purposes, liquidity increases, transaction volumes grow, and institutional trust solidifies. One of the biggest hurdles for any digital asset has been regulation. Without clear rules, even the most promising technologies can be left in a state of limbo, limiting their adoption. But here, XRP has a significant advantage. Recent rulings in the United States, along with comprehensive regulatory frameworks like the European Union's Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation, commonly known as MiCA, have provided much-needed clarity. In the United States, XRP has been classified as a non-security in key legal decisions. This classification removes a major legal risk that has hung over the asset for years. For institutions, this clarity is a green light. It means they can integrate XRP into their operations without the looming fear of unexpected legal consequences. For the market as a whole, it opens the door to a wave of adoption that was previously stalled. While adoption and regulation form the backbone of XRP's growth story, technology is the engine driving it forward. The XRP Ledger, the blockchain that powers XRP, has undergone significant upgrades. One of the most notable enhancements is the integration of automated market maker functionality. This feature brings greater liquidity to decentralized markets, allowing users to trade assets more efficiently without relying solely on traditional order books. In addition, the introduction of sidechains is making the XRP ledger more versatile. Sidechains can be customized for specific applications, enabling developers and institutions to tailor blockchain solutions to their unique needs while still benefiting from the security and efficiency of the main ledger. These upgrades position XRP not just as a payment token, but as a versatile tool for decentralized finance, scalable applications, and specialized financial systems. Another potential catalyst that has the XRP community and institutional investors watching closely is the possibility of a spot exchange-traded fund, commonly referred to as an ETF, being approved by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. If such an ETF receives the green light, it would allow institutional investors to gain exposure to XRP in a regulated, secure manner without directly holding the asset. Historically, ETF approvals have acted as massive catalysts for price growth in other asset classes, from gold to Bitcoin. They provide market stability, increase liquidity, and attract a class of investors who might have previously stayed away from direct cryptocurrency holdings. For XRP, this could be a turning point that accelerates its adoption across the financial sector. And perhaps the most ambitious part of XRP's future is its potential role in global payment systems. The cross-border payment market is massive, estimated to be worth over $1.5 quadrillion. Yes, quadrillion. That number is almost too large to comprehend. Currently, the SWIFT network dominates this market, but it is slow, expensive, and increasingly outdated in the face of blockchain technology. XRP, with its lightning-fast settlement times of 3 to 5 seconds and transaction costs near zero, is positioned to compete head-to-head with SWIFT. If XRP captures even a fraction of this enormous market, the implications for its value are staggering. We are not talking about small percentage gains here. We are talking about the potential for exponential growth. When you step back and look at all of these factors together, the picture becomes clear. This is not just about Amazon and Walmart integrating XRP payments. That is an important milestone, but it is one piece of a much larger puzzle. This is about mass adoption on a scale that touches consumers, institutions, and governments. It is about a digital asset that has evolved from speculative investment to critical financial infrastructure. It is about technology that is constantly improving, regulation that is becoming clearer, and markets that are opening up. It is about the very real possibility that XRP could become one of the foundational currencies of a new global financial system. The momentum is building, and all signs point to an asset that is poised for a massive rally. From the retail adoption by giants like Amazon and Walmart to the institutional trust built through global banking partnerships, from the clarity provided by legal rulings to the technological upgrades of the XRP ledger, from the potential approval of a spot ETF to the possibility of dominating the multi-quadrillion-dollar cross-border payments market, Every element is aligning. This is a perfect storm of adoption, technology, and market opportunity. And here is the bottom line. XRP has the potential to multiply in value in ways that most other digital assets simply cannot match right now. Its combination of utility, speed, cost efficiency, and institutional backing places it in a league of its own. For those who understand where this is heading, the opportunity is clear. The question is not whether XRP will grow, it is how quickly it will happen and how high it will go. The pieces are falling into place, and those who position themselves now could be standing at the forefront of one of the most significant financial shifts of our lifetime. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this breakdown as eye-opening as I did, smash that thumbs up right now. Don't miss out on our exclusive, never-before-seen insights. Subscribe immediately to join our inner circle at AlinaX and stay ahead with every breaking update. I want to hear your thoughts, questions, and theories, so drop a comment below. Every single one will be read and replied to. Act fast, be part of this revolution, and let's redefine the future together.